Hello everyone, you're here with Claro Beauty and Life with your host Claudia Lara. Good morning. Today is morning. I was just filming the other videos and I said it was night and today is morning. I guess you can tell by the window. Easy, right? Some things just don't need explanation, I guess. Well, good morning you all. Today I'm going to do a very simple everyday look. I actually have to go and run some errands, and this is what I would do. Well, not currently, but that I have done in the past, something that I would do. Also, as you know, I've been testing a new foundation every day for you all here in camera. So every video is a different foundation. I'm not used to wearing like a full foundation every day. So my skin has gotten drier and I can feel it and it's uncomfortable. And so reason why today I'm going to do a very light look or very light foundation. I'm still going to try something, but this is more what I will wear and doesn't make my skin so sensitive throughout every day, right? So I hope you like it. So today we're going to be featuring, this is a product that is not very talked about. I first got it when it was just released, fresh new. And is not new, recent, but it's still on their main, products that they sell. And this is from Chanel. Now, this is a palette. It's called Palette Essentielle. And I have it in Beige Clear, color 150. And this has conceal, highlight, and color. Conceal, highlight, and color. So this is what it looks like. As you can tell, it's been used. And this is, I think, my second one. So there was a time that I would do this every day. And I really like it. So we're going to do it today. Now, as you all know, I have a wash face. And I use a little bit of the corrector from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm not going to go into it because I've talked about it before. Just a little bit under my eyes. And I am wearing a little lipstick of a little color from, I got this sample and I really, really have been liking it on Tom Ford. And this is the color Casablanca. And I really been liking it. Why? Very neutral, very nice. Still gives me that pinkiness. I've been wearing, if you saw, a little lighter. I didn't put a full kind of swap, but I just did with you guys. So I like it a lot for that. And look, I have bare skin. So if you just want to wear that and just a little bit here, you could do that. And actually, I have done that. I have other products that I do here and highlight, very simple. I'll do that for another day. I have a lot of little tricks for every day, really fast kind of thing. So I will be posting more of those because that's really, really what I actually wear every day. All the other stuff is for fun, believe it or not. All right, so again, we're gonna try this. And as usual, it's mostly my fingers and of course, my dual IT Cosmetics brushes, which I talk about all the time. So what do I do with this? So here, this is conceal, they talk about it, but it can also be sort of a foundation. I mean, now that, for example, Westman Atelier came with a stick, which is kind of cream. I think it's a lot creamier than this, but a little of that cream kind of spot concealing or spot kind of foundation. The same as, what is this other brand, which I will do a comparison because I mention them because I think they're very, very similar. The Jair Weiss, this other kind of foundation sort of. I think they're kind of in the same line. I will be trying this at another day and comparing it. I actually think they're very, very similar. But today we're going to be talking about this, or we are talking about this. So let's just try this the way I would use it. I would use my finger. And the first thing I do is sort of warm it up. It's good to warm it up because when you haven't used it in a while, kind of the first layer, it doesn't dry out, but it's a little harder. So see, okay, you can see. So I just start concealing a little bit of the redness, red spots. It's interesting because I have now more than I usually do since I've been trying all the foundations. So definitely wearing makeup starts affecting your natural look or your natural skin for sure. I mean, I'm not saying anything new, but just be aware. I mean, so one of the tricks if you have a nice event coming up is don't wear any makeup all that week. And so that way, the day of the event that you do wear the makeup, you have a rested skin. And that usually also is one of the tricks, right? So at this moment, this is not a full, I mean, it's called concealer, right? So it's not a full foundation per se. And perhaps I'm putting a little more than usual, but because there's so much redness today in my face, so one of those days. There's days that I have beautiful skin, and then there's days that this happens. I think it's very related. I mean, most people say hormonal, but I think it's, for me, I think it's more related to food. You know, if I start eating breads, usually I start getting a little more texture on my skin. Obviously, dehydration, all the wrinkles show up a little more. But hey, what can I say? I like to enjoy those breads. Yes, I can eat breakfast and just eat a little bit of fruit. And yes, that makes a difference in the skin. Also, I'm a coffee drinker. So I feel like I'm confessing here with you all. You know, can I just give you all the bad things that I do? But okay, so this is a good thing. Instead of just spilling all my things that I'm not doing correctly. There was 2 years in my life where I decided to be very strict. So I ate the healthiest. I didn't drink any coffee. I didn't drink any alcohol. I didn't, you know, because they had told me that if you rested well, if you ate well, if you exercise every day and all these things, you know, kind of all the ailments or chronic little things go away. So I did that for 2 years. I have to say, absolutely, I felt great. No doubts about it. My skin looked great. I look great. But all the little chronic ailments that probably come from my DNA and things like that, they were still there. And all the little things that they say, well, if you stop drinking coffee, well, if you drink the 8 glasses of water a day, oh, well, if you sleep enough. You know, all of those things were still there. So, so now when they tell me, I'm like, yeah, I'm still going to drink my coffee and I'm still going to sleep as much as I want or as little as I want. Anyhow. All right. Rambling. So there's a difference. What do you guys think? So it just covers enough, very natural. It is definitely so much nicer to my skin than a full foundation. Definitely. I mean, I can see the difference. I mean, even my favorites. I just feel like I'm not wearing anything. And I love that feeling. And I took care a little bit of my redness, a little bit of full canvas. You see, this is with nothing, which looks like with nothing. And then this is with a little bit. Sure, you still see some redness. Sure, it doesn't look all even up. Sure. But that's okay, because let's say I want to go out and not wear any mascara or eyeshadow or anything like that, but it gives a little bit of weight because we still have to put a little bit of highlight and a little bit of color. So let me finish the other side. Okay, I'm back. So I did what I would do enough on both sides. Now, I will continue with the palette. If this was not enough, or I wanted to bring a little more brightness to my skin, I would use a little bit of this Clé de Peau Beauté Radiant Cream to Powder Foundation. So it comes like this. So this one I do use quite often. This one has more brightening effect. I don't want to use it now because I want to do another video where I'll be putting this instead. So let's just leave it with the Chanel palette for now. So you can really see how it looks. But this is something I would do. So now the next, I will put a little bit of the highlight. So again, you put your finger in there, warm it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna start brightening up. Yes, this is a lot creamier. Obviously, a lot more formulas have come out. I mean, if you really didn't wanna do this kind of creamy on top, which I don't mind because it's all in one palette and so easy and it's right there and there, especially if I'm in a hurry, or if I would put makeup going somewhere in the car. Yes, I've done that. Yes, I've done that. You know, you have this one palette, or if you want to get somewhere and just stay overnight for a weekend, or go hiking, or just go for an easy out kind of going away something, you know, I would take this little palette and it will do this, you know, very natural. So as me, I always like to surround my eyes with any kind of shiny object. Why? Because they say the eyes are the windows of the soul, because it just is the thing that makes you look more awake or less sleepy, or at least very expressive. So I always like light on top, right? So that's more or less what I would do. If you want a little more subtle, I mean, I think this is super, super, super subtle. But if you wanted to do something different, you can always, the Chanel also has this LeBlanc kind of drops. This is Rosy light drops. They first came out with this. You can put this, you know, but with bare skin and just leave it like that. I have the other color, the more creamy. This is more pinky, but they have another one that is more kind of my skin color. They came out with this one first, so I got it. And then they come up with the other one. I think the other one is a better match with me. I will do a video comparing all of these kind of liquidy highlights, including the Lisa Eldridge, this one, you know, the Charlotte Tilbury, things like that, because I think they're very similar. But bring it up today, because if you want it, you can put a little bit of this, or even the Lisa Eldridge, right? Very, very light, and then you put this on. But for me, I wouldn't do both. I wouldn't do all of it. And especially this kind of palette, I would just use like today. You know, every day I'm going to go and do some errands, and I just want to be not like I just woke up, right? So that's as much as I put. Can you see? Yeah, you can see a little bit, right? Just brings a little youth, a little more done. And then last, there's that color. It looks very bright, but it's really not. So again, the same finger. I'm not even using different fingers. Oh, I love this color. Look at that. This really, really is like a little bit of sun. Poof. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I think it's coming out on the video a little stronger. Or, let's see. Wow, look how easy, right? So I'll just do the other one. And in this case, I do put it a little forward, usually half of your pupil, if you're looking straight, from half back. And then I do like 2 or 3 taps just in front of that, but not everything in front. So just half back, and then just 1 or 2 here. You know, just to bring it up or bring more color in the front, since it's a very natural look. Usually if I put more makeup in the eyes or in the lips, then I make the blush more backwards. But since it's a very natural look, I'll bring it forward a little bit. And I'll just put a little bit in my eyes to bring that cohesiveness. And if you really want it, you can put the highlight in your lid. Let's put just a tiny bit. I don't like to put a lot of things on my lid because, especially in a natural everyday, because they start becoming heavy for me. I do feel it. It's uncomfortable. It's the thing that will make me most uncomfortable. So it's very rare that I put something in here. If I'm doing this kind of natural, I'm going. There you go. Now, if you feel like it, you can put some mascara. Today, I'm not gonna use my usual that I wear with you guys all the time. Today, I'm gonna use another one that I have recommended to you, especially in the Sephora sale. I'm gonna use the Roll-It Lash. Roll-It Lash is not super natural. Like perhaps I could wear something even more low-key, just so you can see my eyelashes. But, or I will put a little bit, tiny bit of that eyeliner that I have recommended to you, the Pillow Talk Charlotte Tilbury, that is not brown, it's very medium brown sort of thing, just to do the thing, or a little bit to accentuate my eyes. But today I'm doing a very relaxed look. So I'll just use this. This one, like I said, is not super natural. You can tell you have mascara, but I like it because it gives light to my eyes. It gives that volume, that elongation, but it doesn't look like super duper mascara. You'll see what I say. You'll see what I mean. Today, my words. I so appreciate you stay with me with all this rambling. And I hope that I'm making sense because, you know, I have this thing where I'm very good at math. Numbers are my thing. But letters, words, ay Dios mío. Yes, that becomes a little harder for me. So I make up words. In my friends call them cloudyisms. Why? Because I just make them up. Especially when I was learning to speak English, because my native language is Spanish. I will make up words. I mean, literally. And then say them like they really existed. Like, what's wrong with you? So I really appreciate when you stay with me. I know sometimes you probably are like, what did she say? But at the end, and this is what I always say, language, what is language for? Language is to communicate. So I always say, when people say you're making up words or whatever, I always say, do you understand the message I'm trying to communicate? And if you say yes, then that's the point, right? If I'm able to communicate what I'm trying to convey, then forget if I pronounced it right, if I didn't pronounce it right, if it was a made-up word. I mean, to a certain extent, obviously, to a certain extent. Look how beautiful. I mean, even my mood changed. This is the process of putting makeup for me. When I just woke up, I'm half asleep. As I'm putting makeup and I'm concentrating, it's almost like a preparation. Okay, I'm here. I'm going to be out in the world, or I'm going to up and run or do something. Be presentable. This is the preparation for me. Call it meditation. Call it being with myself, being with my body. I think of the emotions of the day before, or the day or the day that is coming, of what I want to accomplish. You know, I do all this while I put my makeup on. So to me, that's why it's so important. And I guess it's the time that I am me with me, and now me with you all, which I have to say is so special to me, because it's almost like sharing this sacred place with you all. And that means a lot to me. So thank you very much if you are still listening me ramble about. So there you have it. Look how beautiful, how natural. If you really want it, you can put a little bit of the red in your lips, even though we have the other one, but just so that color comes through. Right? And I mean, the comparison from how this color looks here, which is a little frightening and bright, but look how natural. And it really makes a difference that you put a little bit of that highlight, even though you might think it's not even noticeable. But look at the final look. It totally makes a difference. And so now, yes, I get compliments like, oh, your skin looks so nice, or oh, you know, you look so healthy. Here you are. This is it. You know, the power of makeup. And then they will say, oh, but you're barely wearing any. Yes, I'm barely wearing any, but it is Chanel. Does it make a difference? Yes, 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 yes. I don't know how else to say it. Yes. I don't think I have found anything like this in the Walgreens or Target or any of the other brands that will make a final look like this. Just me. So last, I had this, I don't hear this one's talked about that much. This is also Chanel. This is Rouge Allure liquid powder. This is in color 968. I don't know if you want to see it on top of this or here. I'll take this off and I'll put a little bit of that. Well, I'll come back and put it with you. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with bare lips. The reason I wanted to put this with you and not came back with it on already is because this one has a very special applicator. I'm not sure I love it. I barely have used this one. I think just a bullet is much easier, and especially now that I'm trying the Casablanca from Tom Ford, which I have loved. So you tell me what you think, but the applicator is like this. So it's kind of like a sponge. And so you press it, let's press it right here. And then you see, a little bit came out there. Yeah, you can see. And then you apply. It applies very nicely, very easily. You can even, after this, bring a little back. I think I bought this once by a recommendation on one of those beauty from Bazaar the magazine. And I think there was a supermodel that this was her lipstick of choice, and she did this. And that's when I bought them. I bought two. I bought this one, and I bought the 958. So 968 is this one, and 958 is this one. I have barely used them since I got them, so I'm glad I brought them out for you today. But they feel great. I don't know why I don't bring them out that often. I guess it's because, see, it kind of dries. It's kind of a liquid to powder. So it sets. So it doesn't go into matte, but sort of, because there's no shine. So it looks very natural, it looks very beautiful. I'm actually loving it at this moment. They don't feel drying. They don't feel moist, like the Tom Ford that I was wearing felt a little more moist, but they don't feel dry. It's like there, like if you had some powder in there, which is interesting. But you know, you tell me if you like this look better or the other one. Of course, this is a little more in the pink. I think that the other one was a little more neutral, but I like it as well. And probably this will be more long wearing, is my guess. I will let you know what happens if it leaves a tint after. So that's it. That's all I have for you. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you another time. Oh, of course, don't forget. This is the time that I say, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do at this moment. Please touch or click on the bell on the upper right hand corner of your whole screen to let you know when I have new videos coming out, which is often now. And please comment. I appreciate all your comments. I like this to be a conversation. So thank you so much I love you all already. I give you send you a big kiss. Mwah. And I'll see you the next time. Bye.